Hello YouTube and welcome. Zadarkus here, going to show you how to snowball your minion wave. This is a very important technique in League of Legends to push for the objectives or split push without even being present in the lane. It is very simple to do, but you can do it in many different ways. Today I'm going to show you how to do this correctly, and you will see by your own eyes how strong this effect can be. Again, you know my name is Zadarkus and this is Mastering SoloQ. Normally, you see a minion snowball happening in the side of the lanes, either in the bot lane or in the top lane. Players do this so that they can leave their lane but keep pressure on that lane, maybe because you're pushing for objective, or you just want to focus on a other lane to be pushed, or just to team fight. You do this snowball wave basically after the first tier tower at least is down, otherwise your minion wave doesn't have time to grow. So to simulate this effect, I took out these two towers so we can see how much the minion wave will grow. And also remember that this is a great thing to be done if, for example, you are pushing for Baron. You may put the top lane snowballing so that once the minion wave reaches the second tier or maybe the third tier tower, the enemy team has to respond to it and has to send somebody there, otherwise they'll be losing the tower. Or vice versa, depending on your situation. Now, how do you do this? So basically, when the minion wave comes, what you want to do is just kill the caster minions here. At this point, what happens, as I'm being explaining, and you will see the wave pushing, the melee minions deal less damage but are tankier, take longer to kill, while the caster minions deal more damage but take less time to kill. Thanks to that, what happens is that your wave will lose less minions while having enough time together with the wave that comes after it. And as you can see, my second wave is already meeting up with the first wave while we are still killing the second wave here, and my minion wave just grew a little bit larger. Now, depending on how many minions you kill, it changes how fast your lane will snowball and how fast it will get to the destination. You can make it snowball slower or faster, depending on what you want to do and how you want to do that. You can control this. Now, as you can see, this minion wave is going to get sticked with the caddy wave here, which is the perfect scenario, while it reaches the tower. So at this point, if you were focusing maybe a Baron, look at the minion wave in the top lane. The enemy team would need to send somebody there to defend it. Now, as it reaches the tower, here you go. It's a huge wave attacking the tower, and with another wave just about to reach it. Now, you can change how this wave evolves by dealing with it in a different way. Now let's fast forward here and I'm gonna show you what you can do. Here's a cannon. What happens if I only kill the cannon? Now I'm gonna let the lane push alone. Okay, at this point we already have a big wave with a good meaty front lane to tank the enemy minions damage, and our backline here, these minions are the ones that deal the most damage outside of the cannon, of course. So these are the ones you mostly want to keep alive, because these are the ones who are going to deal the most damage to the tower. Again, it's gonna freeze just before the tower, and with that, at the time this wave hits the tower, this wave here should be meeting up with them. And again, as you can see, we are reaching the enemy tower with a really big minion wave. I have tower attacks disabled, but here, this is the wave we would get reaching there. Now let's see how we can make it faster, because you can make this happen faster. So one thing you can do if you want, is just to kill one extra melee minion. If you do that, your wave is going to reach the destination a lot faster. As you can see, the cannon here is dealing a lot of damage. That is why if you start with a carry wave, just killing the cannon is enough to make the wave snowball. Because honestly, this guy has 52 damage at this point, while the casters only have 35 and the melee fighters 12. So killing the cannon, again, if it is your starting point, is more than enough to make your wave snowball. But here is the example we've been talking about. Remember, I killed the caster minions and one fighter, therefore my lane should be pushing faster. And here it is, the example. Normally I would have a freeze happening around here, as we saw, and we would have another wave, this one, reaching this wave. This time, that is not going to happen, so my wave reached the destination sooner, again with a huge ass minion wave. Now let's just see another example. This is going to be the last one. So if you want to snowball the wave, you can also do it like this. Once the minion wave reaches the destination, you just kill caster minions. Now this is what this does. This minimizes the damage your minions will take. Now let's see what happens. This is the way you lose the less minions, but again, it's gonna push faster. But the difference is not going to be that much because I killed caster minions, and remember that caster minions have less HP than the fighters, and therefore they die faster as well. What I'm doing is minimizing the damage the enemy wave is doing to mine. Well, there's a carry wave which gonna, of course, hurt me. You can always kill the carry if you're doing this and you see a cannon. Killing the cannon is always the best thing you can do. But here, this is the way I lose the less amount of minions, by using two waves and killing their ranged minions. But again here, the freeze near the tower, as expected, with the lane, with the second, actually the third wave reaching up with the second and first wave. And see how big this wave is getting. This is basically how you snowball your minions if you're pushing for objectives. Now I ask you to have in consideration one thing. I'm starting at my first tier tower, so my wave is only snowballing from the middle point here up to this side. And see how big the wave got. If you start a snowball at your second tier, that's double the size of this snowball, basically. And if you start at the first tier, even bigger. So you are forcing the enemy to react to this snowballing wave. And this is how you do it. Simply, once the minions reach, ignore the fighters, kill the casters. Depending on how fast you want the wave to snowball, you kill more of the minions from the second wave. But keep in mind, fast snowball means less minions reaching the tower, but because it snowballs faster, maybe you need to make your minions reach the tower as soon as possible, again because maybe you're pushing for a Baron or Rift Herald, or you're doing it in a bot lane for an Elder Drake or an Other Drake, or you just want to split push. Maybe your team is keeping pressure in the mid lane, you snowball top lane and you split pushing in the bot lane. So they are being pressured in 3 lanes. Your team is pushing maybe for the third tier here, while there's a huge wave in the top and you're split pushing in the bot. So even though there is no champion in the top lane pushing, there are so many minions there that they have to send one player there. If you're split pushing bot lane, they will have to send another player there because you're there. So that means they are only left with 3 players defending mid, while your team has 4 players there. And therefore you can imagine how snowballing minions is important. Remember, my name is no other than Zadarkus. As always, this video was made for you. I hope that helped, and I hope you will get better success in your ladder games. Remember to give it a thumbs up. Jesus, I just left. Remember to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, if you found it helpful. Share it with your friends, it helps them out a lot and me as well. Give it a little love by leaving a comment and let me know what you think or what would you like to see. Subscribe if you're not, and I'll be seeing you pretty soon with a new one. Bye bye.